We are at a food distribution center today in Alexandria, Virginia, and everyone you see who's getting a box of food is a federal worker. And that's because as of today, 2 million federal workers are missing their first full paycheck. And I've spoken with folks in this line and in others. They tell me that they're dipping into their savings. They're considering part-time work. They're just dealing with a lot of uncertainty here as the shutdown continues to drag on. And for the food distributors, it's not just federal workers. They're going to have to start thinking about some of the 42 million Americans who are going to begin missing out on their SNAP benefits starting next month. Now, Congress is trying to work on a potential solution here. There was a bill on the floor yesterday that would have paid non-furloughed federal workers. Dem shot that down. They said all federal workers need to be paid. But there does seem to be some bipartisan momentum on that. Also, a little bit of bipartisan momentum on making sure that SNAP is funded. But at this point, just a lot of uncertainty about what, if anything, is going to pass. And certainly at this point, no way out yet of this government shutdown.
When I tell you, I cannot count the amount of times I've seen a lot of videos with people showing a long line of people standing by the food banks to try to get some food. So a lot of federal employees actually, broke due to the shutdown. I think a lot of us know they're struggling financially because they're not getting paid. So that's actually making many people just, go to the food banks, try to go and get help, like wherever they can find something to feed themselves, to feed their family. It has been going on for some weeks now. And it's not just them. I feel like food banks have really seen an increased number of people just staying there and trying to come get some help. So we're going to be checking out those videos. But before we get right into this video, please make sure you click the like button. It helps the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. So let's get right into this video.
It's a lot of uncertainty. Bills continue to pile up.
Federal workers missed their first full paycheck today, and many of them now struggling to just put food on the table.
We are here to serve everyone, but right now our focus is on the over 700,000 employees that are displaced because of the government shutdown.
Hundreds of people showed up to a food bank here in Southeast DC where they were given produce, personal hygiene items, other household goods. And I talked to some of those federal workers who say they are now struggling, some of them dedicating their entire lives to government service. Now they're asking the government for help.
This is my first furlough since I've been in federal service for the last 17 years. I have children to feed, I have a family to take care of, I have a mortgage to pay. So it's a lot of uncertainty. I've had to tap into my savings, but I'm blessed that there's opportunities like this for us to receive assistance.
And Pastor Will, who helped organize today's donation effort, said he's prepared to have this for federal workers every single Friday of the government shutdown. At this point, though, there's no end in sight.
We wanted to let these federal workers know that, somebody cares and there's still hope. People, some of them I even know, have just expressed their gratefulness, their gratitude of just us being able to meet some of those needs.
I just left a food bank in Maryland where hundreds of federal workers were lining up to receive groceries and hot meals. And I spoke to some of them about what it has been like to just be going through every day not knowing whether you're going to have a job and just being impacted by this government shutdown. And some of their responses were very emotional. Just for context, my name is Camille. I'm a political reporter based in D.C. and I usually spend a lot of time on Capitol Hill talking to lawmakers about their policies. But today I spent some time talking to people that have been impacted by them. How have you been impacted by the government shutdown?
We've been impacted by a lot because I work in the medical field. So I just think that Congress and them need to come back in and making and dissolve the problem.
We have one income coming, and it's hard because we have children that we have to support. We have bills that we have to pay for that at this time. We can't. We have to, choose between feeding ourselves or paying the bills.
How have you been impacted by the government shutdown?
Well, I'm still working, so other than not getting paid, it's been a little bit challenging. But we're going to work every day. We're doing our normal jobs, but waiting for that paycheck to come so that we can, get the pay, get everything paid, all our rent and everything else. So.
In Northern Virginia today, a line of cars that stretched nearly a mile, made of federal workers stretched thin by the government shutdown.
The funds that I do have are pretty much depleted by this point.
It's the third day the Capital Area Food Bank has specifically served federal employees.
This one's dry goods.
this time at 2 different locations. Unpaid workers and contractors waiting in line said they've had to make cutbacks, like Valley Bennett, a single mother who works for the Department of Homeland Security.
I have a kid in college, a senior in high school. A senior in high school, you know, it's a lot of celebration, a lot of things that you want to do since it's your last year in high school, and we have to slow down all the activities.
More than 1 million federal employees today missed their first full paychecks since the shutdown began. That includes Zeleny Johnson, a mother of 3 who works for the U.S. Navy.
It feels terrible. Yeah. It feels really bad. It's definitely not a good feeling to not get one today, but then to also know that you don't know when the next one is coming either.
That after Senate Republicans and Democrats yesterday blocked each other's bills to pay some or all workers in the shutdown. Many federal employees were feeling or anticipating pain in their pocketbooks before today. Lines formed earlier this week at the Capital Area Food Bank's first distribution in Prince George's, Maryland, and its 300 boxes of goods ran out with people still waiting. And today, with cars lining up starting at 5:30 a.m., there was even more demand, and again, not enough supply.
We are likely going to run out of food before you get to the front of the line. So this is our pantry network. Additional places to access food will be back next week. I'm so sorry.
It is a national story, with food banks ramping up around the country. In Phoenix, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul started making extra meals and collecting donations in the first week of the shutdown. And as TSA officers work without pay, airports are stepping up with donation drives, including at Las Vegas International.
Las Vegas sees millions of passengers come through our airport, and those federal entities provide vital services for safety and flight safety and airport terminal safety.
And in Salt Lake City, Utah.
These are our neighbors, whether you know them or not. These federal employees are Utahns.
My husband was furloughed 2 weeks ago due to the government shutdown. Let's talk about it. We're on day 30 and so many people in the comments are still missing the point. Everyone's busy pointing fingers, left, right, this person's fault, that party's fault. And that's exactly the problem. No one's united. No one's working together. Everyone's angry and nothing's getting done. Here's the truth. Our elected officials work for us. Regardless of who you voted for, it's your job as a voter to hold them accountable. People struggle to see fault in the leaders they supported. But come on, no one should agree with another human 100% of the time. That's not loyalty. That's lack of independent thinking. So take a look at your own reality. Are you getting paid? Can you comfortably feed your family? Are essentials more expensive than they should be? Have you looked at your projected insurance premiums for 2026? If any of that makes you uneasy, pick up the phone. Call your Congress people, leave a message, ask for a written response. Sitting online arguing with strangers won't change anything, but calling your representatives just might.
If you're a federal worker, you are currently eligible to pick up all this food for free every Monday. Let me tell you about it. So it's called the Pantry. It was on Rose Street in Kalihi in Honolulu. I picked it up today. In response to the federal shutdown, the Pantry has opened a special Monday distribution for federally impacted households. You can register online. You're gonna qualify because you're federally not getting paid. You just register, you select your pickup time, and you go pick it up. And it says from their website, we encourage all federally impacted households to take advantage of this special time to receive food support. Because here's the thing, when I first saw this offer, I was kind of like, should I take it? Should I not? Like, I know it would really help us. We got 4 kids. We do have the rainy day fund. We are able to buy groceries, but it's stressful not knowing how long we're not going to be paid. Because what if this lasts longer than our rainy day fund? And then we're completely out of money. And then what? You know what I'm saying? Accept the help that is there before you hit that rock bottom. Because speaking as someone who has been at that rock bottom before and lived that way, it is not a place you want to be if you can at all avoid it. Therefore, if they're offering to give you food right now, go take that food. And let me tell you where this food came from, because I asked. It's from grocery stores. This is all the food. You ever go grocery shopping and wonder, what are y'all doing with all this food that's not getting bought up? Because I don't see it in the clearance section, so where's it going? It's going to these food banks. It's going to these food distribution programs. So they've got the food, okay? They've got it. Don't worry about that. And on Mondays, they have a special day just for federal workers to pick up. So you're not building up. So I was worried about the line, right? Because I've heard these lines can be really long. And it's not that I didn't want to wait in the line. It's that I was worried if we're all flooding that line, now suddenly maybe there's people in this line who need the food more than we do who can't get the food. That's not the case. They opened a special day just for federal workers on Mondays. So I picked this up today, and it was honestly more than this. It was so much food. Like, I only selected a certain amount, and they threw a bunch of stuff in extra. That's how much food they have. They can add extra stuff to your box based off of, like, I guess, however people sign up, then they distribute. So I got way more food than I even asked for because they had so much food. Therefore, I took it, I brought it home, and I gave some away. I took some down to my neighbor that lives downstairs. She is like an 80-something-year-old auntie on a fixed income. She doesn't drive. She's on a fixed income. She needs the help. So I took a bunch of this food down to her. And you can do the same thing. You can be a distributor. You can distribute to your neighbors or your family members or whoever you know that maybe doesn't qualify themselves. You know that awesome sweet spot that a lot of us live in most of the time where you make too much to get assistance, but you don't make enough to actually cover everything. That sweet spot, yeah, we all know people, most of us live there in normal times, right? So you know others who live there, and maybe you can bless them with some of this food, you know, share. And a lot of it is pantry foods, canned goods that are not gonna go bad. Girl, they gave me eggs, they gave me fresh milk that doesn't go bad until November 3rd, so it's not like it's expired or anything. There's sweet potatoes, I got noodles and rice, fresh pears and eggplants and onions. We got bagels, we got Sinaloa tortillas, we got canned veggies, beans. So good. And for free. And it didn't even take me that long to pick it up. I picked it up in maybe 20 minutes. So here's the thing. The lady did tell me, I understand Mondays, if you're a federal worker, chances are you're still going to work and just not getting paid. So how are you supposed to pick something up at Monday from 10 to 12 when you're at work, right? The lady said, don't worry about that. She said, nominate someone from your office, or if someone has a wife or someone who can do this, everyone in the office, make your orders. Go online. You have to register yourself, make your order for your household. You're going to get an email with your order number. Take that order number and send it to whoever's going to do the pickup. It could be, like I said, someone's wife in the office, maybe a stay-at-home mom can go do this and pick up for everyone in your office or shop. Or maybe someone in the shop, you can just agree to let them go to an early lunch and go pick this food up real quick. So anyways, as long as that person has all the order numbers listed, they're allowed to pick up all the order numbers because they understand people are at work, right? So you can show up with a list of order numbers, bring it back to the office, give it out to everybody who ordered. So good. Who knows how long this is going to last? Take advantage of it. And think about it this way. If you're feeling kind of guilty, like maybe I shouldn't take it. Like I said, first of all, the grocery stores are donating it, okay? It's fine. And second of all, even if it is from the government, you workers, federal workers, have been paying tax on every single penny you've made for how long? You don't get cash tips. You don't get cash side jobs. You get taxed extra hard on overtime, right? You have put into the pot, okay? So I think it's totally fair to take from that pot when the time calls for it. Anyways, let me know down below if you're going to go do this. I'm going to go back next Monday, most likely. Because like I said, I'm going to share with the auntie below me. I'm going to reach out to a few other people, see if anyone else needs some stuff. Or if you need someone to pick up for you, I could probably take a couple more orders. Not too many. My van's only so big, but I could take a few more orders. So let me know down below. I will leave the link to the website. It's called the Pantry Hawaii. Go online, go register, do your thing. Good luck.
At the end of the day, like, the government has shut down, but the bills have not shut down. The fact that you need to actually go and get some groceries has not shut down. You still need to eat, you need to pay. I saw a video where a girl was saying, since there's a government shutdown, there's going to be a shutdown on bills. And it's like, those bills never shut down. Your landlord is still going to be waiting for you to pay them. Or if you even have a mortgage, they're still going to be expecting you to make some payment. When it's the end of the month, they're expecting their payments. Like, hey, where am I getting my payments? Because they don't care what shutdown you got going on. So some people are criticizing them, though, saying that they have like some fancy cars. And honestly, like, this is not the time to start criticizing people's way that they handle their finances.
It is day 32 of this shutdown. That means officially have missed 2 paychecks, and it's freaking time to grocery shop, which I'm not looking forward to because I'm a family of 6, and we normally spend about $1,100 a month in food because that includes the kids' snacks, their lunches, breakfast for school, snacks for sports, regular food. So yeah, we're gonna try to go in here and shop on a budget and get as much as we can that will hold us over for as long as possible, because I just never thought I would be in a position after working so hard and, like I continue to say, doing everything I had to do to get here, to be doing this, especially when I have a job. So let's go. Goey's good old H-E-B. I walked in and they are looking for food donations, so we are going to go pick up a few of these items for them. So these, so I think I'm gonna get a few cans of the chili for this. So we have chili. If you don't like the yellow, are you even living? They want shrimp too. Chicken or celery. I get one of these for the food bank because they said soup. Something easy to make them in the morning. These, just for my kids. Because my kids want snack. Yes, we do drink Kool-Aid in this house. These are cheap, easy meals for your family. $8. Cheap, easy dinner. You too. We did just finish. I spent $340. We're gonna try to make it stretch as long as possible and not be wasteful, of course. So we'll see. Times definitely are hard right now and looking different unnecessarily, especially if you have a good job. And then you're not getting paid, so. Anyways, I hope y'all have a blessed Saturday and stay strong, and we'll see you next time.
Woo. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ivaste Rushing, and I'm a registered dietitian. I'm also a federal employee affected by the furlough of 2025. And I just wanted to give you guys a bit of information, a resource that will help you during this time. The Capital Area Food Bank is doing free food distributions throughout the DMV at about 4 or 5 locations. And today I went to get a box. Not only am I affected by the furlough in that I, like everyone else, first time without a paycheck in the 17 years of employment with the federal government, but I'm also a registered dietitian, and my curiosity led me to investigate what's in these boxes. Now, on the Capital Area Food Bank website, they tell you will get a box of fresh produce and you'll get a box of staple items. And so today I headed out to the Beltsville location at the Linda Benn Foundation, where they would have a distribution for federal employees between the hours of 1 and 2:30. I got there around 11:30, and I saw a sign that said that it started at 10:30. And I saw a lot of federal employees there, and they were loading up their cars, and I asked them, is it still going on? And she said, yes, just go in there. And I said, okay. So I got out of my car. You will have to walk steps. I just want you to know that. Watch your step, though. So don't bring a grocery wagon or grocery cart unless you're walking to this location. Bring some grocery bags or an able-bodied person to help you carry your 2 boxes. In addition to the 2 boxes, I got 4 plantains. It's down in this box here. I'll show you. I got 4 plantains in addition to the produce and the staples in this box. So I just want to show you what I got to let you know what you can expect to get. So out of this box, this is the heaviest box. There's a heavy box and a light box. In the heavy box, it gives you a list here of everything that you will get, and it covers a lot of food. 2 bags of spaghetti, a bag of quick oats, 2 bags of brown rice, 2 cartons of 1% shelf-stable milk, 2 packs of premium white chicken, 2 cans of tuna, some peanut butter and jelly, pinto beans, black beans, diced tomatoes, and spaghetti sauce. Not bad. Not bad at all for a week's worth of food. I am keeping, though, I'm keeping the spaghetti noodles. Of this haul, I'm keeping the spaghetti noodles, and the rest I'm donating to my community's food drive. So let me put this back in the box real quick, move this stuff out of the way. And let's take a look at the produce box. In this box, I got 4 plantains in addition to my 2 boxes because they do offer you extra produce. So they had lettuce, plantains, and bell pepper, and they also had fresh baked bread, a cabbage, a bag of carrots, 3 potatoes, a mango, six tomatoes, 2 cucumbers, a squash, 2 onions, and some apples. I think I got 3 apples that I've already put in my fruit bowl. So I want to encourage anyone who needs help with food to attend one of these free food distributions. Again, it's no questions asked. Just bring your badge with you. Bring 2 shopping bags to carry your boxes, or 1 able-bodied person to help you carry your boxes. Let them know how many people are in your family. This isn't what most people would typically see coming from a food pantry, and that's a good thing. And so I want to encourage anyone who wants to volunteer or who wants to get an idea of what goes on at the Capital Area Food Bank to please volunteer. Not to pat myself on the back, but I volunteer at their community markets, and I know that the food that they give is fresh. When we give produce, it's really good stuff. When they give protein, it's really good stuff. So don't let the reputation of food banks and food pantries dissuade you from getting what you need. Show up early. If you go to the Beltsville location, just watch your step, because you will have to climb steps, about 2 flights of steps, and be blessed by it. That's it. Have a great day.
I have never felt like a hoe so much before in my life until I went through my 3rd government shutdown. I am told I'm required to come to work. They can fire me. They cannot give me back pay. I'm not allowed to speak about certain things on social media. I'm not allowed to go on the news and speak about certain things. Let me tell you what I have gotten since this government shutdown has happened. I've gotten 2 $15 food vouchers that I have not used yet because I haven't ran out of food yet. It's coming. But I'm only allowed to use them in the airport. I can't use them to feed my family. We have gotten 2 meals from Chick-fil-A and some sandwich place. They catered the break room. We all got that. We had 1 or 2 days where we got meals at TGI Fridays. This is all 1 meal a day while I'm at work, nothing to do with the house. And then my phone decides to ring. But I'm on social media and I'm watching all these videos of people commenting on the government employees. They should have savings. They should have this. They should have that. But there's people that have just become parents. There's people that have just bought houses. There's people that are building their credit back. Me. They want me to take out a loan where they have to run another hard inquiry on my credit to take me back 3 steps that I just got from. And then on top of that, it's a loan. I don't know how long this is gonna last. You give me a $2,000 loan. I have bills that are gonna exceed that. I get 4 times that in 1 month. But you expect me to pay my bills with the $2,000 that you're supposed to give me and not tell me when the government's gonna open. This is why I drink.
Many people think that federal employees are getting paid so much, and they are asking them like, why are you guys talking about you're broke when you should have some money saved up? Like, why aren't you saving your money? It's just so similar to like with the food stamps. So it'd be like, what did you do with the one you got paid in October? Like, so honestly, it's just a lot. Like, there are people who sympathize with you, who understand like things happen. People do not have, maybe people are living paycheck to paycheck. That can happen. Like, there are a lot of people who are just 1 paycheck away from being homeless, and that is something that you see on a day-to-day basis. So certain questions are kind of insensitive, certain questions are understandable, but there are those who actually saved money, but then there are still people who are living paycheck to paycheck. It's really heartbreaking at the end of the day, because I feel like no one who is actually working either for the government or whoever like you're working for, as long as you're working, should be relying on charity, to feed their families, to feed themselves. No one should really be put in this situation, while others who are at the top are just so comfortable and happy, while those people I don't know, should I call them bottom, are just like scrambling for survival every day. it's a really sad situation. It's a sad world that we live in. When you look at everything, there's just no balance to things. Everything is just so imbalanced, and it's sad that people who are still gonna get their paycheck, people who are still comfortable, are the ones who get to make decisions as to how others live. You've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I really appreciate you. Please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm, and I appreciate that so much. And subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.